Political Science Honors. Discuss about the social contract theory with criticism. The social contract theory can be regarded as the most important theory about the origin and nature of state. According to this theory, the origin of state is due to an agreement made by the people voluntarily to form a civilized society. The contract theory found its real support and philosophical significance at the hands of the contractualists Hobbes and Locke, the English philosophers of the 17th century, and Rousseau of the 18th century, French political thinker. In his celebrated work, Leviathan, Hobbes described his views of the nature of contract and liberties of the people. According to Hobbes, the sovereign was not a party to the contract, but as a result of it. Thus, he was superior to the contracting persons. Again, the contract was irrevocable, for it was not a governmental contract. The power of the sovereign was absolute, unlimited, and indivisible. As a result, the rights and liberties of the people were: number 1, what the sovereign ruler permitted, and number 2, right of self-preservation. Thus, Hobbes was an intellectual forerunner of royal despotism and later totalitarianism. Another English contractualist, Locke, defended his views in his famous book, Two Treatises on Civil Government. To him, in the state of nature, people made two contracts, the social contract and the government contract, and the latter was superior to the former. As a result, the sovereign was a party to the contract, and the power of the government might depend upon the consent of the government. Therefore, people had an inherent right to rebel against the autocratic government. Locke's theory of social contract was a living justification of the Glorious Revolution, 1688, and the despotism of King James II. Locke admitted the existence of political sovereignty. He was an advocate of constitutional government, and thus he paved the way for the development of parliamentary institutions in England. The 18th century French philosopher Rousseau enunciated his contract theory in his masterpiece, Social Contract. Like Hobbes, but unlike Locke, there was only one contract in Rousseau's theory. Each man did not surrender himself to a person, Hobbes, or a group of persons, Locke, but to the community as a whole. He only enjoyed freedom as a member of the collective body, which Rousseau called the general will. It was sovereign and the powers were absolute and unlimited. People were bound to abide by the orders of the general will. To Rousseau, the government was a subordinate agency. Failure of the government to perform its duties empowered the sovereign people to dismiss it. Rousseau was the forerunner of direct democracy and the concept of popular sovereignty. Criticism. The social contract theory depicted by Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau has been vehemently criticized by the political philosophers and thinkers in modern times. This theory utterly fails to explain the origin of state. It has been characterized as bad in history, false in logic and ethics. Some have described it as worthless. First, this theory does not stand the test of common sense and reason. It is not possible for a sensible man to believe that people lived in a state of nature and entered into a contract among themselves to form a civil society. Secondly, this theory is unhistorical. It is a mere fiction. History does not tell us that man made a contract. The Mayflower Compact of 1620 had no historical basis. It was wrongly interpreted by some writers. The Mayflower people did not live in the state of nature. According to Garner, the Mayflower people were merely transplanting old political institutions to new lands. Thirdly, both Locke and Rousseau declared that the state of nature was a state of equality and reason. But this view was not correct, for status determined the position of men in the state of nature. Therefore, there might have been inequality rather than equality among the people in the state of nature. Fourthly, according to Hobbes, the sovereign was not a party to the contract. His nature of contract was therefore one-sided. Reason tells that there cannot be a contract without two or more parties. Moreover, legally speaking, contract has binding effect on the descendants of those who originally made it. Fifthly, this theory is wholly illogical because there can be no rights in the state of nature. Rights can exist only in a civilized society. The authority of the state protects the rights of people. So, to talk of rights in the state of nature is simply nonsense, theoretical nonsense of stilts. Sixthly, we know that a contract is enforced by the law and the competent authority of the state. But there was no such law and authority in the state of nature. Therefore, such a contract had no place in the primitive society. Hence, the theory of social contract appears to be a myth and an absurdity. Seventhly, according to this theory, the state was made by men. It was an artificial contrivance. Modern researchers, however, believe that the state is not an invention. It is a growth. It has evolved with the evolution of men. Eighthly, Rousseau's concept of general will is vague. It has made the state absolute. It may ultimately rise to totalitarianism. Every individual is bound to abide by the decision of the general will, which is sovereign. According to Appadurai, Rousseau was scarcely aware of the fact that the unrestricted power of the general will might result in an absolutism. Lastly, this theory is dangerous. It makes the state and its institutions the product of individual caprice. It may encourage the people to revolt against the authority of the state as they wished. The French Revolution of 1789 confirmed this truth. Hence, the social contract theory, as an explanation of the origin of the state, is now entirely discarded. If you like my video, then subscribe my channel, click the bell icon so that when my next video will be uploaded, immediately you will be notified of that. If you have any question, put it in the comment box and I will solve it. Please share this video for greater cause.